So I've seen this video on YouTube and I want to talk about it. So let's take a look and then we'll talk about it.
Oh my god! Joe. Gosh. She's a hissing. Joe the snake wrangler. She gonna get bit. Yeah, let her bite herself. So
Here, get it closer.
no, I hate you.
She's angry.
I'm just zoomed in.
Inside.
Alright, I zoomed in. This was exciting. Oh my god!
Well, first of all, I want to discuss the massive irony here that the snake that I wanted to bring out for this video was not in the best mood, and as soon as I went into the enclosure, hissed at me. So, in other words, I'm not bringing him out. He's not in the best mood, and I don't want to handle him when he's not in the best mood because it stresses the snake out, and it's just not fair. So, now with the irony of this video planned out, let's talk about the video we've just seen. So, the first thing that was wrong with this entire video was how the guy was intentionally winding the snake up with his foot. Now, you see a lot of YouTubers, Chandler does it quite often, puts his foot in front of, say, a king cobra to distract it, because doing things like that with a king cobra is sometimes necessarily because it keeps the focus on the foot rather than you. And most thick boots, if it does bite you, probably won't go through it, so you should be all right. This guy was not doing that for that. He was basically doing it just to wind the snake up. And then the next thing that he did was go around the back of the snake and drag it by its tail and pick it up. Now, that is definitely not something you should do with any snake, especially heavy-bodied snakes. So when you're picking a snake up, what you need to be doing is supporting its body weight. Have you seen on videos that I put some of my snakes around my neck? That's fine. It's still supporting the snake's weight. But with bigger snakes like that, I wouldn't really suggest that anywhere. But if you're handling it, you need to make sure that you're supporting the full weight. Now, that snake was agitated as it was, and obviously the guy was winding it up, which didn't help a thing. Now, with snakes, they're very good at telegraphing how they're feeling, and that snake was hissing and showing that it did not want to be touched. And it eventually ended. The guy looked shocked when it bit him. And I can say from experience, a boa's bite's not the nicest. I was handling a boa that I got told was very defensive, and when I picked it up, it seemed calm. So I picked it up, handled it normally. Lucky I had a jacket on, because the next thing I know, bit into my arm. Now, when that snake bit into my arm, I didn't drop it. So again, I understand that particular reaction from a snake, the snake biting him and you dropping it, but most people with the experience of handling bigger snakes like that, when they get bit, won't drop it. It'll hurt, they'll get used to it, but they'll handle the snake. But if you do need to take a snake out that is agitated, these are the best things to do. So first of all, you can't beat a snake hook. Now, this is my big snake hook. This is the one that I use for all the heavy body snakes that I handle. Obviously with retics and full-size Burmese pythons, that's probably not going to work, and I think 9 times out of 10 you're not really going to bet a snake hook them anywhere. But I do use it on boas, and the boa that bit me, I did handle it again, but I did use that hook. You use the hook to basically support the front half of its body while keeping it away from you, and then you use your arm to support the back end of its body, because that's what you need to do when you're handling a snake. You support the body. Now, obviously, there is times that you're going to have to take your snake out, regardless of how defensive it is. With venomous snakes, I would suggest locked hides. So if the snake's in it, you can just shut it, padlock it, take it out, clean what you need to do, put the snake back in, and you're safe and you're not going to get bit. With bigger snakes, I always suggest, if you have to take it out, like if it is not in a good mood and you don't want to take it out, and you don't have to take it out. Just don't. Just leave it. They will settle. If you have to, like I said, snake hook. Or, now this is a way that I've used myself, but it's not something I suggest to a lot of people, which is essentially grab the snake, control it, and put your hand over its head to control the head. Now, I know how to do this for obviously administering medicines to snakes, and I can move these pretty safely by doing this without harming the snake. But it's not something I suggest for modern people. But if you have to, again, just a snake hook. This one is, believe it or not, it's a detachable one, but it's not one of them flimsy ones that'll fall apart. This is designed for heavy-bodied snakes. But yeah, to the guy that's posted that video, congratulations, you went viral abusing an animal. I cannot stand things like this, and it winds me up. And honestly, if you can't handle a snake properly, especially a boa, because they're not really easiest at the best of times, just don't get one. If you're going to do it, just wind it up to get a viral video. You shouldn't be owning any animals anywhere. Like I said today, the one that was going to be my co-host wasn't in the best of moods, literally went in the enclosure, hissed at me, and I was like, yeah, you're not in the best of moods today, so I'll leave you. That's what I'll do, and that's what you should do. But if you see videos like this, remember, the snake is not aggressive. 9 times out of 10, it's a human that's done this. There is one other video that I saw on Facebook, but I can't find it again. But I'll do another video in the future to discuss that one as well, if I find it. If not, I'll have to describe it to you and we'll talk about it. But I hope you've enjoyed this educational-ish video, and I'll see you all again real soon.